Hello, Sunnyside. What a blessing it is to be before you again. There are a few things I'd like for you to know, okay? And just be aware, as I'm sharing information, sometimes it might be information that's not for you, but you may be able to bless someone else with the information, such as the first thing I'm going to share with you. All right? In the coming weeks and months, forbearance programs for millions of Americans will begin to expire. Now, to help create meaningful opportunities for homeowners to avoid foreclosures, the CFPB has issued a new rule for mortgage servicers, effective August the 31st, so that's already passed. Among other things, the new rules require most mortgage servicers to take certain steps to help homeowners in forbearance find options for repaying their loan. The rule also enables servicers to provide some repayment options without collecting a complete application from the borrowers. For homeowners currently in forbearance, there may be a number of options available for repaying missing payments once forbearance ends. But it's important to reach out to the servicer as soon as possible. The sooner a consumer connects with the servicer, the more likely the consumer will be able to secure the best option available to them. Also, for homeowners not in forbearance but struggling to make their mortgage payments, forbearance may still be an option. But again, it's important to contact the servicer immediately. Before January the 1st, 2022, most servicers cannot start the foreclosure process except in limited circumstances without first reaching out to you and evaluating your complete application for options to help you to avoid foreclosure. If your servicer makes contact with you near the end of your forbearance, they generally must tell you. So learn more about the 2021 Mortgage Service Final Rule. Okay? People can search through Google by typing in CFPB, New Mortgage Servicing, August 31st. Again, you must go on and act. Again, this may not apply to you, but perhaps you may know someone who may be having problems meeting their mortgage. Okay? The next thing I want you to be aware of, there is a left turn photo enforcement notice. As part of the Crenshaw LAX transit project, Metro has installed cameras at the at-grade train crossing along Crenshaw Boulevard between 59th and 48th Streets. And they will activate its photo enforcement program on Friday, October the 1st, 2021. The enforcement program is aimed at mitigating potential train versus vehicle collisions and improving vehicular and pedestrian safety along Crenshaw Boulevard during train testing and when the new Metro rail lines began operations. Now, motorists who violate the left-hand turn signal during the first 30 days of enforcement, that's considered the warning period, they will receive a warning letter from the Los Angeles Sheriff Departments notifying them that their vehicle was captured violating the red light at a rail crossing, okay, the first 30 days. After the warning period, which ends on November 1st, 2021, motorists who disobey traffic signals and operate vehicles in an illegal manner will begin receiving traffic citations in the mail, and the average one will be at least $100 plus penalties and assessments. Now again, we're talking about that area, Crenshaw Boulevard between 59th Street and 48th Street. Be aware of that. So changes are coming about. Final notice here, Freedmen's Records. Online users can now access more than 3.5 million records documenting the lives of free black people during the Reconstruction period. Now, this is created by a genealogy company, Ancestry. The free online portal amounts to a treasure trove of information about black communities in the United States between 1846 and 1878. So as I think back about those years, we're talking about my grandparents' parents, okay? So you may want to look into that. Someone can Google Ancestry Freedmen's to get there. Ancestry Freedmen's to get there, okay? For additional information about our grandparents' parents and from there. In the state, do know that SB 2 was passed. This is a bill that was sponsored or written by Steve Bradford. And in this bill, police records will follow them. Continuing on, this past week, the largest Confederate statue of Robert E. Lee was taken down in Virginia this past Wednesday. The governor of Virginia promised that he will replace that with one that is more appropriate and more meaningful for today. Again, the largest Confederate statue. Be aware also, today, and I'm not sure when you're actually viewing this, but during this week, this is the 20th anniversary of 9/11, the 9/11 attack in the country. The first time actually our nation was officially attacked. There were several areas, okay? One was the World Trade Center, the two towers in New York. And again, as you look at papers, there are some visuals that are available, okay? It'll live in infamy some 20 years later, okay? But the Twin Towers in New York, and both of those towers had well over 100 floors. So just imagine how high that was up and the number of people that were actually on them at the time. The second place that was also attacked on that same day was the Pentagon in Washington, D.C. Any number of people were killed there. And also the field in Shanksville, Pennsylvania, whereby Flight 73 went down and some 40 people lost their lives aboard that. So today, as you look, as you look this week, you will see any number of references to this time when our nation was attacked. It was a time when we really were able to come together as one. It was a time when, again, lest we forget, today we must be aware not only do we face a threat from abroad, but also we face a threat from domestic terrorists. Again, lest we forget. So hopefully, again, this will be a reminder that we have, in the past, we have come together as one. We did during that time. And we were really not divided as a nation then. So hopefully, again, we will be able to listen, to really look in people's eyes, and to really just kind of let them know that we care, okay? So prayerfully, we can again start respecting each other's and respecting each other's differences. The largest school district, the second largest school district, that is LAUSD, is requiring students that are 12 years and up, 12 years and older, to become vaccinated really by November the 21st, which is really roughly, I think, the second semester. At the same time, the president stated that he's really kind of getting tired and frustrated of people not taking advantage of the available vaccinations. He's coming up with ways to mandate that federal employees, that owners of businesses that have at least 100 employees and more, that have a federal contract, and that our military people become immunized. This discussion, again, about the federal mandate is really wrapping up the division between political parties. So all I can do is just urge you to really do your part for you to really be safe. Do what's in your very best interest. And just do know that children younger than 12, okay, at this point cannot be immunized. So let's do whatever is in their best interest for them to be safe as well. Getting ready to close. Do know that this coming Tuesday, there is an election. So you should have gotten your ballot in the mail. And again, it's a very simple ballot, okay? There are really two questions. The first one being, shall Gavin Newsom be recalled or removed from the office of governor? Yes or no? The choice is yours. And the second one is, if you choose, okay, you can also vote on the person to succeed him should that become a reality, okay? But I do urge you, make sure that you vote. Voting centers are now open daily. Be aware then that the only ballot that can be counted is the one that you actually cast. And note also, be aware of the games that are being played, because I'm already hearing rumbling about people questioning the legitimacy of some ballots, okay? So just make sure you do your part and get into some really good trouble. Black votes matter, but only if they are cast. Make a plan. You can, again, drop it in the mail. And again, it ends Tuesday. Okay? So again, drop it in the mail. You can walk it through. Put it in one of the drop boxes. You can go to a voting center. As you go to the voting center, do know that many of the centers have changed. So if you're aware of a change in yours, like I'm going to call some of my neighbors to just let them know where we're used to voting, it's not available this time. So if you have some information, again, feel free to share that. The center is open from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. If you have problems with your voting, okay, if you mark it incorrectly, don't hesitate to ask for another one. You can get questions answered. And if you are unable to vote, okay, then you can contact the Secretary of State and make them aware of that. All right. I just pray that things are going well for you. Again, please, any number of folks sacrificed so that we may have the opportunity to cast our vote. So just out of respect, do vote. And at the same time, be careful, because the virus is real. It is still around. So wash your hands frequently. wear your mask, stay at home, but again, do what's in your best interest as well as the interests of the community. God bless you.